Hey everyone, so Benchy here from Benching&Gaming. Just wanted to say I'm back, hopefully back. But yeah, as you might have seen on Twitter and in the previous YouTube video, I suppose, I decided to basically take a break decided to take a break to sort of sort out my mental health. So in the run up to actually taking the break, my anxiety had been sort of so bad to the point that it was just driving my stress levels sort of higher and higher and higher, to a point where like even simple things like playing a game were just far too stressful to even cope with. But yeah, decided to take a break because of that. But hopefully, hopefully I'm doing alright now, because I'm actually feeling a lot better than I was. I just wanted to do a quick video to basically say what I've been up to during the week I've been off, the sort of things I've learned about my mental health that I might not have otherwise if I hadn't have taken the break, and basically what I've got planned for the next few videos anyway. So let's get on with it. So yeah, during the week I basically just cut myself off completely from the likes of, say, Twitter. I wasn't checking notifications or really checking it at all. I wasn't checking YouTube comments or replying to any. I was just basically treating it like a holiday, so cutting myself off from all of that pretty much. And basically spent the week just sort of relaxing, or trying to relax. So visiting family, visiting friends. Finally managed to complete Rise of the Tomb Raider yesterday, which was awesome considering I've had it for 3 years. And I massively got back into Pokemon as well. Absolutely loved the games as a kid, and it was Retro Princess on Twitter recently that, after asking me to appear in her recent video on Pokemon, that actually reignited my childhood passion for it. So broke out the trusty old Game Boy Advance, which still works, and hammered my way through Pokemon Leaf Green. Almost done with that, but fully intend on getting a Nintendo 3DS and then eventually a Switch, so I can sort of work my way through the future games too. So yeah, I've been massively enjoying that, and it's actually felt pretty good to just have a week where absolutely nothing has been required at all. But yeah, that aside, I like to sort of get on to some of the things I've actually learned about my mental health in the time I was away. So yeah, basically the first major thing is that I absolutely, definitely need to take at least 1 or 2 days a week from now on where I cut myself off from Twitter and YouTube, where I have no requirements on anything I've got to do whatsoever. I absolutely, definitely need that, because even a day with nothing required of me actually really, really helps. Also, something I discovered is that a lot of the time when like people do things for me or sort of compliment something I've done, like a video, or even when people buy things for me, for example, like friends or family, I tend to feel really guilty about it, or sort of really embarrassed, or just guilty in general. And I discovered that that's a lot to do with a sort of underlying feeling of being undeserving. And that's, looking back, it's something I've struggled with for quite a while, so that's definitely something I need to work on, that I probably wouldn't have figured out if I hadn't have taken this break. Also, another thing I discovered is that although it doesn't affect me all the time, something that can get really, really bad is how self-conscious I am. So basically it can make me feel even uncomfortable just sitting in my own room, even when no one else is there. So I definitely need to work on that. And also I realised that there's sort of, when I was back at uni, a while back now, there was something that happened then that I didn't realise up until a short while ago. I never really dealt with how it made me feel. Not going to mention it in the video, but it's sort of one of the things that played a big part in the sort of one of the things that sort of kicked off my depression quite majorly, and then the following anxiety. But yeah, now that I actually know that I never really got over what happened back then, I know that it's definitely something I need to start working on. So hopefully that'll go at least a sort of short way to fixing my self-consciousness issues. But yeah, all of that aside, I sort of probably want all of that aside. I suppose I should probably talk about what I've got planned for the next few videos anyway. Oh, before I want to give a special thanks to Tasfie Dodge on Twitter, who also one of my Patreon supporters, who during the week to try sort of cheer me up a bit actually sent me a sort of massive bar of chocolate and also this, which if probably can't make that out, but that's an i5 2500K processor, which quite honestly is my favourite processor ever, or my most favourite processor ever. 3.3 gigahertz, and you could easily overclock it to 4.5 gigahertz. At the time when I originally had it years and years ago, it destroyed absolutely everything you threw at it, gaming, video encoding, the lot. And it was such a huge upgrade over what I had at the time that I just fell in love with it, and I'm still in love with it even now. In fact, the Bell is the one that Taz sent me. I actually have another one over there on the wall behind the camera. But yeah, what I've got planned for the next few videos, definitely doing a video on that. I also picked up, let me check, an HD 4550, 512 megabyte DDR3 version. So yeah, I'll be doing a video on that. Basically, it's the usual sort of gaming performance, a bit about the actual hardware itself, things like that. And I also picked up an HD 5570 2 gigabyte version. Now, unlike the 4550, this is actually a DirectX 11 card, so should be capable of running sort of more modern games based on DirectX 11 rather than sort of DirectX 10.1 like the 4550. But you know, that should be quite interesting because despite it supporting DirectX 11, I highly doubt it's actually going to be playable at all in sort of more relatively modern DirectX 11 games. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I just wanted to make a video to say basically what I've been up to, what I've discovered, and what I've got planned. But yeah, it actually felt really good coming back to Twitter this morning properly. So yeah, if you didn't leave during the break, thank you. I really appreciate it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Not really sure what else to talk about actually, but thank you to those who sort of reached out to support me during this time, and even if you didn't, sort of thank you for just being there anyway. It really does mean a lot that you support me in whatever way you do. But yeah, I should probably end the video just now, so yeah, see you later.